I'm getting there.
Back once again, Lambeau Field, Drexel Podcast here for the Expo, just a little bit after 1 o'clock. We have the new design leader, Chris Schuette, with us here. Chris, welcome.
Hello. Good to be here.
What is Schuette? Is that Dutch?
100% German.
German. Schuette?
Schuette.
You didn't say that. You didn't say that. Schuette. I love your Schuette name.
The whole skit's pretty good.
So you just taught a course on design and virtual design.
Yeah, really. Sarah and Amber pretty much ran the show. I was there for moral support, not the look either.
Eye candy. You were there for eye candy.
Yeah, definitely not. That's what was in the corner.
You wear it well. You had mentioned to me. You asked a question. How many people in the room? What were there? 50, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably a fair number. Yeah,
50 people, and you said, how many of you know of our virtual design services, virtual design consultation, VDC, and the results was?
I would say less than half of the room.
And when they learned about it, were they excited?
There was definitely some interest peaked for sure. I think Sarah and Amber did a good job of kind of letting them know, like, you're missing the boat if you're not basically making this part of your sell, right? Like, from marketing up front, if it's a spec house, if it's a custom sell, right? Let's have those conversations. Let's get that look in front of them before you even start digging the hole in the ground to prevent, change orders, pauses, all that sort of stuff. People walk in like, this is not what I pictured at all. That service basically eliminates that.
And we say it's less than 1% of the cost of your build.
Like 0.5%.
0.5%.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you do it, right?
Correct. Yep.
So how do we as Drexel get better at that? We just got to keep coming to quarterback training and doing more development sessions on VDC and get in depth with it?
Yeah, and I think from there it's kind of on them too, right? Presenting it then to their customers and, letting them know the true value of it. If they weren't able to get to the class today, that's certainly something they can reach out to their customers on.
What was, did you get any good questions? Anything surprising?
Nothing really surprising. I would say just the standard questions, how long does it take? How much does it cost? What program do you use?
Which is such a weird question to me.
I think it depends on the crowd, right? So like someone like myself, I'd be like, yeah, what? Like I would want to know that. I think it just kind of depends.
Why
on
would
background.
a builder want to know? Is they have their own designers, and they're wondering if we can integrate.
Right. I think that was a couple of them. There was also probably some actual interior designers there that some customers of ours have. Whether they have them on staff or utilize their services. But yeah, it's certainly something that is a question that comes up.
You've been here how long at Drexel?
End of November of last year. So
a good 4 months.
Do the math.
4
carry
and a
the
half,
1. Yeah.
4.
Yep.
Carry the 1.
Yeah.
Divide by 6. Exponential something.
Times by pi.
So, Pi Day's coming up. 3/15.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate Pi Day? Favorite pie? What's your favorite pie?
I don't like pie.
Seriously?
You don't like any
What?
pies?
See,
None.
this is why
You don't like any pies?
all day. We've been here since 7, well, just a little after 7. It's now 1:11, and honestly, we've been on pretty good terms here. I haven't had them to jump.
Hold on.
Is this
This
what
is-
I'm bringing? I'm bringing like
should
tension.
This is why we
Okay.
call Fax It In, because he says shit
I
like
lied.
this. He says, I don't like pies. Like, no pies. There's not a single pie.
Apple. I will have apple.
And then he does this. He just says something like a little kid to get out of
Apple.
it.
to move on.
He's like a little kid.
Yeah.
Apple.
Do you like it like warm?
Apple pie warm, yes.
With ice cream? Sprinkles?
Ooh. I don't tolerate dairy as well anymore, but I'll still have an ice cream here and there. So yeah, let's get some ice cream with that warm apple
What about the
pie.
old Hostess pies? Remember those? Quick Trip has them now.
Yeah.
They're not Hostess, they're Quick Trip's version.
Right.
The old, remember those? Old,
Yes.
And they would come in like the paper wax container.
Nasty.
Oh, yeah. Chris Riley, who was on earlier, me and him like to reminisce about the old Hostess pies. Glutton for those. They have them at Aldi too, but they're like Uncle Jerry's. They're not Hostess or some shit.
Uncle Jerry's.
So anyways,
yeah.
4 months you've been here.
Yep.
You came from a competitor.
Correct. Yep.
Biggest surprise when you got here, like, oh, I had no idea it was like that, or like just what did you walk in and go, okay, this is different?
Honestly, probably the biggest surprise to me, other than the fact that everyone's generally happy, would be the fact that it's just a younger team. Like overall, like a lot of young people, a lot of energy. Then someone like myself who's not young anymore, comes in and I'm like, hey, I feel old.
Old male. What did Joel say? White male and stale. That's our industry.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's clever.
He's describing
that's accurate.
us, by the way.
I know. That's pretty accurate.
But yeah, we had Kat Ross on earlier. We were talking to her about diversity on the team. I think we're better than most people in the industry, but we still got a long way to go.
Sure.
From and I said age and gender and race, everything. Like we've got to get better at that.
I think the biggest thing too is just like seeing how many people have been in different roles, right? Like they're not just locked in one job for the last 20 years, right? They're like, hey, I'm going to try this out. And they find their groove and that's their knack. And they're not pigeonholed into one position, right?
We like when our hiring process, we like to look for people that want to do more and grow because that's how the company gets better.
Sure.
We need a lot of different perspectives. But we've talked to a lot of builders today too about if you were to choose between product knowledge and being a really good project manager or proactiveness is two skill sets you had to choose from your rep, your salesperson, your quarterback. What would you pick? And most of them are saying, give me the person. They can always learn products. Give me the person who's a really proactive, relationship-based, really good at project managing projects. And that's why we hire the way we do, because you can learn anything. Like, I don't come from the industry. You don't come from the industry. You're almost in the minority coming from the industry.
Yeah, I'd say it's fair.
But you can learn anything, and it's so easy in today's day and age with this.
Right. And again, so much of it's surrounding yourself with the people that want to show others, right? Like, to help grow that team, no matter what the base is.
And when you first started, you had mentioned to me that the communication is worlds better, and we're spoiled here, right? Because I don't even realize it, and a lot of people here are always focusing on what to fix next, and you don't stop to smell the roses and realize how good you have it sometimes. And then when you get new people like you coming in, you talk about the difference between how we communicate here and where you used to work.
Yep. Yeah, it's just, the fact there's a weekly meeting with an agenda, you're held to tasks, right? You're assigned them. You got to make sure you're following through on them. If not, someone's going to hold you accountable, which is phenomenal, right?
Stuff actually gets done.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, it's just the same old crap day in, day out.
Get together, meet, talk, nothing happens, and talk again a week later.
Exactly, right. It's like, hey, what's new? Absolutely nothing. So glad we're wasting our time. And, it's certainly great.
Or worse off, here's 5 things that we're actually doing, but those all could have been sent in an email and saved their time from sitting in this meeting.
Right, yep. Spot on.
It's the weirdest thing we do. When you walked in, you're like, that's really weird, dude.
Boy. I would say those little slingshot turd things. Yeah, that was awesome. I think I got hit in the cheek once with one. I'm like, what?
First day, someone just came up and ripped one on your face.
Yeah,
probably Betsy.
It might have been. It came from the far side of the room, so that would make sense.
Most of us are from the far side, so that makes sense.
Yeah. What I think is the one thing that's funny or that's different, I feel, is you can be yourself. You don't have to fit an image, which is so odd you have to say that, but in today's world, that's what makes Drexel different. Right? Like, we're doing the Facebook Live before, and Gronk's walking up, and he's like, I got a book for my nose. It's like Facebook Live, but it's like we're just like having fun. Like, it's like
what it is.
It's just like, yeah.
Life's too short not to goof around a little bit.
Just another day, right?
A lot of serious stuff happened. We're painting a picture like it's all roses, right? We have our problems too, right? Like
there's always challenges.
Some days are rough, but on the whole, I think most people genuinely enjoy coming to work.
Well, I think, and if you do run into a challenge, right, and it speaks to the culture, right? If you run into a challenge, there's other people there to help you through that, right? Or to at least help you get the answers you need to work through it. Like, it's not like you're on this island. Yeah, hey, Schuette, this is a problem. Figure it out. Let me know what the end result is. Like, okay. Yep.
What do you want to say to the world, to the 2 people that are going to listen to this?
Yeah, give them
some advice.
How many subscribers we got now? Like,
maybe 1.
Well, it depends where we're putting this at. Yeah, this is kind of.
So Here's a fun topic. I think it's sorry to interrupt, but this is fresh in my brain. Chris and I just spent
Just hit this mute button here for myself.
I'm not actually sorry. That's the best part. We spent the weekend in Rhinelander because our daughters play fast pitch softball.
Yes.
And I think we were griping a little bit about youth sports. And Marcus and I talk about this a lot. The state of youth sports, your thoughts.
Oh my gosh! Well, actually, we hit on that on my podcast with Joel.
We did.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that one yet.
Yeah, talked about coaching. Coaching your own daughter or your own child, right? And just the trials and tribulations associated with that. But to kind of go back to what you were saying in regards to youth sports these days, and how every parent's dead set that their child's going to be a D1 athlete, and it's pretty crazy, right? So my daughter started 8U, right? So 8-year-old girls just running around, picking dandelions and crap out of the field. That was all fine. By the time they're 10, it's kind of like you can kind of see the parents be like, okay, you're either like, my kid is the best, or it's like, hey, like, my kid is just having fun. I really don't give two shits if, they even play next year, right? Then it's like, as they get older, that divide even becomes more, right? Then it's like parents are thinking college, right? Oh, we got to start talking recruiting, right? We gotta make sure we're talking to the right people.
One of the 3 highest batting averages on the team, so clearly better and ready for this because the top 3 are totally going D1.
Totally prepared, yeah. Like it is completely crazy, and so much of it is the parents' drive instead of necessarily the students or the athletes' drive to be there. And coaching, certainly you see that play out many times where it's like, legit, you just want to go up to that child and be like, do you want to be, are you enjoying this, right? Because I don't know if they're ever asked that question because they might not be there then the next time, right? Mm-hmm. It's just interesting. So our biggest thing is after every game, after every tournament, win, lose, right, whatever, tough moments, be like, are you still enjoying it, right? Because that's all we care about. We don't, it's not so much us at all, it's you, right?
I was a rec softball coach for a good 8 years. And every year I'd ask my kids if they want to sign up again. They'd be like, yeah, duh. And they're like, why do you ask? I'm like, well, what if you don't?
Right.
They looked at me like I was nuts. Yeah, but you're right. Like, I think a lot of people don't ask. Do you really want to do this? Are you doing this for me, or are you doing it for you? Hey, look out behind you.
Holy cow.
Zach Marshall.
Where'd this guy come from?
Quarterback Zach Marshall from New Berlin joining us.
We call him the Grizzly. Look at him.
First time caller, long time listener.
Hey, welcome to the pond.
We had to get you on because we just brought up the sports topic, youth sports, but we actually just had a guest on here who will be nameless, who said that you have a claim that you could punt a football 70 yards.
No, you can't.
They embellish.
What?
They embellish.
You did not say
It seemed
that.
pretty factual.
Not 70 yards. There was one point in my life where I could get it to the 60, 65 range. Not consistently.
In the air?
In the air.
What are you doing here, bro?
The field's right here.
We could try.
He's got a bad back. That's
Daniel
I do
Whelan,
have
are
a
you in the
bad back.
building?
I mean,
Daniel Whelan.
I could get it 50 right now, I bet.
Really?
I'll bet you.
He's
I'll
dead.
bet you right now.
Okay.
I will throw a $100 bill on the table.
Can we get on the field right now?
There's
His
no
face
way.
was dead serious too, by the way.
There's a turf field right over there. We will walk over. You are not punting a football 50 yards.
50 yards, yeah. I need probably 15 tries to get that spiral.
I've seen you sit on an exercise ball at work. There's no effing way you're punting a ball 50 yards.
I'm not what I used to be, but
None of us are.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Did you punt in high school?
kind of. I had bad knees, and I didn't get to play too much in high school.
So you could punt that far, and you were the second best punter on your team?
I would have been the punter if I was able to play. A lot of knee surgeries in high school. Didn't get to play much.
And what high school?
West Bend East.
West Bend East.
So funny.
Spartans.
Suns.
Spartans of the West.
West Suns.
So here's what's funny.
Boo.
You started, 6 years ago? 7 years ago? You were a flooring estimator.
Yep.
Right?
2018.
Met Zach Marshall. The world is just so small. Never met you in my life. And we have 8 connections. Marcus is the king of this. He's like Kevin Bacon at Drexel. He's connected to everybody somehow. He's either related or recruited their dad to play sports or something. Anyways, we get to talking.
It makes perfect sense.
I'm just muting myself.
His uncle is the Kewaskum varsity head basketball coach.
Yep.
Right? So my kids go to Kewaskum, so we started talking about that. But the guy I coach softball with at Kewaskum, Chris Sabish, the varsity head coach, is his cousin.
Yep. Sabishes, Surways, Grubers,
All the Camel Sport big names.
pretty much.
That's Camel Sport. Say it
Yep.
again. The shield. You got to throw a shield in there too.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably related to them. Yep. Yeah, my mom's a Gruber.
I keep
one
saying
of 10.
it. I keep saying it. There's going to be 1,700 people cycling through by the time this is over. That's about the size of Camel Sport. So the whole town's
Yeah.
coming. How are things going down in New Berlin? Good?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of new hires. A lot of the market's untapped down there.
New hires, good or bad?
Good. Yeah, I like them. A lot of good people.
You're not going to say bad, but you said it like a lot of new hires.
Yeah.
Like it was a burden.
Just the growing pains kind of a little bit.
Yeah, and just I mean, still making a name for ourselves, and I mean, there's unlimited potential in our area, the greater Milwaukee area.
That market around you guys, even just
Yeah.
New Berlin alone.
And then not even
Untapped.
talking about getting south, Kenosha, Racine, just people haven't heard of us down there.
How much did you hate being a flooring estimator?
I didn't hate it. I enjoyed the grind. My thought process was, I was framing. I used to frame for Alessi Homes. Rodney Felder was their account manager.
Yep.
When I was framing, I'm like, I would like to do his job someday. Flooring estimator job got posted on the website at the time, and I'm like, I'm just trying to get in the door at Drexel. So that's what it was. And yeah, I didn't hate it. I kind of enjoyed it. Looking at plans, seeing everything was new, different. So I mean, yeah, it was a grind.
You were
but I
really,
enjoyed it.
you were really, really good at it too. But
Thanks.
you used to estimate about 70 plans and we get one of them, right?
Yep.
That was a mess.
Yeah.
back
Our
then.
closing percentage was 10%.
Marshall!
Thanks, Flutter.
So Zach also deserves a little credit for saving us as much as he could on one of our projects, a $1.5 million flooring project, which was not a great contract. And I don't know if you guys probably never heard this, but Zach stepped in and carried a lot of shit up a lot of flight of stairs and was there every day as like a project manager. That was kind of your jump into the pool. This is what sales is going to be like at some point.
Yep.
Probably not that bad. That was a rough situation based on transitions and the contract
It
and all that
was,
stuff. So
yep.
hopefully you'll never have anything as bad. Everything's up from here. Learned a lot though, I bet.
Oh yeah, learned a lot.
We had daily tacticals on that for a while.
We did, yeah.
Daily.
That took multiple people. That
Yep.
took me, you, Brandy, Gronk, Danny, yep.
Cassie.
Yep. Oh yeah, Cassie came into
Yep.
it. Yeah, that was.
Shout out to all you guys. I still owe you guys a steak dinner, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. Distillery.
Yep.
We got to reschedule that.
Yeah, I can't schedule it, but I'll pay for it out of my own pocket.
Yeah. That was. I mean, COVID started just then.
Yep.
Labor prices started skyrocketing. We, the guy we were working with, took advantage. And
Tom, you can say his name.
Tom. Yep.
He knows who I'm talking about. I think I got a standing ovation downtown when I hung up on him.
You did.
Were you there?
I was there. Yep.
We got a little bit of a shouting match.
Nice. It's usually how I went with him.
Tom, shout out, miss you, buddy.
So real
I'm sure he
personable guy.
watches the podcast. So yeah. What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. We were talking Packers, so let's talk some Bills.
Some Bills. Rumor has it Packers looking at Jordan Poyer, possible safety replacement. I heard.
How do you think that is for Green Bay, being a Bills fan?
I like it. Poe, they call him Jordan Poyer. Great player.
Is he too old? Is he got some injuries now?
That's what I was wondering.
Injury prone, a little bit older. Probably still has 1 or 2 years left in him. You guys are going to want to blitz the safety a lot.
He's a couple years younger than Micah Hyde, though, right?
I think 1 year. Yeah.
Xavier McKinney or him?
Personally, I'd probably go McKinney. I think he's a little bit younger.
He'll cost a little bit more, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you got Justin Simmons, too. Who knows what he's going to try and get in free agency, though. He's going to be probably the most expensive safety out there.
He's like a hybrid, right? Safety
Yeah.
linebacker.
Where'd the Bills draft first round?
Receiver. I want him to go receiver.
Xavier Worthy.
I don't know. I mean, he's fast, but like, I
That's
don't
all.
know.
That's all a smoke screen. Just because you can run doesn't mean you can play.
Yeah.
Adonai Mitchell.
Yeah. What's that? Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas
Brian
Jr.?
Thomas Jr.
Yep.
I think he might be a good fit for Buffalo.
He's going to Jaguars. I was down at Goody's office. I was scanning his email.
Oh, really?
Hey, so that's a good question. Is it Jaguars or Jaguars?
I say Jaguars to be
There's
funny.
no I in it.
Yeah, I know. I do it to be funny. The Jaguars.
Drives me nuts.
Yeah, me too.
The Jaguars.
That's another one,
Jaguars.
yeah.
Jaguars. right?
Yes, right.
Jaguars.
Or you can just say the Jags.
Jags.
What do you think you guys are doing? What are you, 25, 24?
Cooper DeJean, cornerback, Iowa.
He's a hybrid
Lock
safety.
it up. Lock it up.
That's who you're going with, Chris?
I have no idea.
I'm going with Jackson Powers Johnson, the center from Oregon.
Be good. Always good to go line.
His fucking name is Jackson Powers Johnson.
Yeah.
Line's sexy. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. And he's that dude. He's like the personality too. He's really funny. So I like funny guys.
So 2025 NFL Draft. Zach Marshall, are you attending at Lambeau? And Chris Schuette, are you putting your house up for Airbnb?
Ooh, for the draft, huh?
Yep.
Well, I mean, it is a short 10-minute drive. So just throwing that out there. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's quaint. It's cozy, like we say. But yeah, I mean, I even shuttle your ass wherever you need to be.
You have season tickets? You got season tickets?
No. Just know enough people that.
You're the only guy that lives near Green Bay at Drexel that doesn't, it seems.
Well, that's because I didn't grow up here.
Oh,
that's
where'd
the
you grow up?
trick.
Howard's Grove.
Howard's Grove.
Howard's Grove.
Go
Tigers.
Go Tigers. Yeah, El Tigre.
Go Tigers.
Yeah. So, but as soon as you're up here for 2-3 years, it's basically who you know, and then it's like, wanna go to a game? Like, no, I'm good.
Zach, are you coming up for it?
I think so. That'd be fun. Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
I love the draft. I'm a draft nut.
Yeah.
The combine and the draft are like my favorite things.
It's all about hope.
It's all about hope.
That's a good way to put it,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep. You're not losing that day.
Well,
Unless you draft
who?
Jamal Reynolds.
No, the big bust.
Tony
Manders?
Manders.
Yeah, that was not a winning
when
day.
like 6 Hall of Famers were drafted all around him.
Yes.
That was the only one that stunk. Unbelievable.
Got him.
I was talking about Brent Fullwood the other day. Remember Brent Fullwood?
Yeah.
Didn't it might have been preseason, but he took its first ball he touched on a kickoff all the way back, but fumbled it at the 1-yard line when he was trying to celebrate. Do I have the story right? You don't remember?
I don't recall that.
Look it up.
Could be legit.
We'll have our producer look it up.
He's busy.
That's right. We fired him in the first hour.
You guys missed it. There was a tour, and they were looking at us like something was really going on here.
Well, it's really going on.
Some lady stopped and took a picture. We're like, hey, this is cool.
We're gonna end up in a random Facebook gallery.
Okay.
She's still Googling, trying to find us.
Final question: M&M's, best to worst flavors of M&M's.
All right. They're not all the same.
No, like peanut and caramel and peanut butter and regular and almond and mint.
Peanut's the worst.
Peanuts, though, no.
Caramel.
You got caramel
Milk
one?
Caramel 1, milk chocolate. Peanut. Is there more than 3?
Hold
Wow.
the phone.
I don't know if I've had
There's
the peanut
mint.
butter.
There's mint ones.
That's probably last then.
You're going caramel one and regular second? Mm-hmm. You are the opposite of everybody we've talked to today.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not a big peanut M&M fan. Never have been.
That's always one or two. And caramel are the worst. It's like a milk dud, dude.
It's horrible caramel.
It's horrible caramel?
There's good caramel, there's bad
Thank
caramel.
you.
That caramel
Exactly
sucks.
what I
I remember Danny had a jar of those on her desk for a long time.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's why they're there a long time.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter, fine. I got peanut butter probably 2 behind peanut. The plain ones you can throw away.
Yeah.
They like burn your throat when you're done too.
I see that.
Yeah, I'd probably go peanut 1, and then peanut butter 2.
I was gonna say they're good in trail. The plain ones are good in trail mix. That's just because you eat them with peanuts.
Right there you go.
It's just a peanut M&M.
Anyone just see that? Gone, just like
There's a
that.
Spuda sighting.
Yeah,
He's in great shape.
how far do you think he can kick a football?
Spuda, how far can you punt a football?
How far can I punt the football? 71 yards.
Not
Wow.
70, 71.
Just a little bit better.
Yeah, that's confidence.
Yeah.
He didn't even flinch in that question. It was he had the answer right away.
We can wrap this up. We probably get one more group of guests on.
Chris Schuette, Zach Marshall, appreciate you guys being on.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.